Erling Braut Haaland. You hear that name and you don't picture a normal human being. You picture a 40-ton artic running on rocket fuel. He is a physical freak of nature, a monster of a striker who has completely dismantled the defenses of the Premier League. But he didn't just drop out of the sky as a ready-made goal-scoring machine. His story is a masterclass in precision engineering, genetic luck, and an absolute single-minded obsession with self-improvement. Holland was actually born in Leeds back in the year 2000, while his dad, Alfie Holland, was playing as a proper hard-tackling defender in the English top flight. When Erling was just 3, the family moved back to a quiet town in Norway called Bryne. Growing up, Erling wasn't just a football mad kid. He was a multi-sport athlete. His parents got him into handball, athletics, golf, and cross-country skiing. In fact, when he was just 5 years old, he set a world record for the longest standing long jump for his age group, a record that still stands today, mate. He had the chassis of an elite athlete before his voice had even cracked. But when he joined his local youth academy at Bryne FK, he wasn't the massive, towering giant we see today. He was actually quite small and skinny, which meant he couldn't rely on brute strength to win matches. He had to learn the craft, the movement, and the timing. And that early struggle is exactly what laid the foundation for his greatness. By the time he was 15, he made his senior debut for Bryne in the second tier of Norwegian football. He didn't score in his first season, but his raw potential was completely obvious to anyone with eyes. A year later, Molde FK, one of the biggest clubs in Norway, managed by none other than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, came calling. Under Solskjaer, Haaland's engine truly started to grow. Ole taught him how to head the ball properly, how to anticipate where the ball would land, and how to use his rapidly growing frame. Haaland suffered a massive growth spurt, putting on nearly 15 kilos of pure muscle in a matter of months. He transformed from a skinny lad into a proper tank-like center forward. In January 2019, Austrian champions Red Bull Salzburg signed him, and that is where the rest of the world finally woke up to what this kid could do. He scored back-to-back hat tricks in the Champions League like he was playing against a bunch of blokes in a Sunday league. He became only the second teenager in history to score in his first 5 Champions League matches. He was fast, he was powerful, and his finishing was so clinical it looked like a computer program. The big European clubs were queuing up outside his door, waving millions of pounds at him. But Haaland and his team chose his next step very carefully. In January 2020, he moved to Borussia Dortmund in Germany. The pressure was immense, but Haaland didn't just handle it, he smashed it to pieces. On his debut, coming off the bench as a sub, he scored a hat trick in just 23 minutes. He scored 86 goals in 89 appearances for Dortmund, winning the DFB Pokal and proving he was ready for the absolute pinnacle of world football. Then came the dream move. In the summer of 2022, Manchester City activated his release clause and brought him back to England, the country of his birth, for 60 million euros. It was the ultimate homecoming. The pressure on him to deliver in Pep Guardiola's team was immense, with critics wondering if his raw power would work in the most competitive league in the world. He answered those doubts by destroying the Premier League goal-scoring record in his very first season, bagging 36 goals in 35 games. He won the treble, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League in his debut season. He became the fastest player in history to score 50 Premier League goals. He is a global superstar, a multi-millionaire, and a shoe-in for future Ballon d'Or. But how does he maintain that level of performance week after week? Haaland's training and diet regime is legendary. He treats his body like a high-performance sports car, and he is obsessed with the marginal gains of biohacking. He eats up to 6,000 calories a day, but he doesn't eat rubbish. He focuses on high-quality organic meats, including cow heart and liver. He drinks only filtered water. He wears blue light blocking glasses in the evening to protect his melatonin levels, and he uses cryotherapy chambers to speed up his recovery. He is completely dedicated to sleep, treating rest as his most valuable training session. He has built a bulletproof lifestyle around his career. Here is the lesson for every single bloke watching this, whether you are trying to make it in professional sport or just trying to survive your weekly shifts behind the wheel. Success is not a fluke, mate. It is a blueprint. Haaland has the genetic gifts, yes, but those gifts would be useless without his absolute discipline, consistency, and respect for his own body. You cannot run a high-performance engine on cheap diesel and expect it to last. Look after your rest, fuel your body properly, and stay completely focused on your goals. Be the professional in your own life. Because greatness is built one boring, disciplined choice at a time. If Haaland's rise to the very top inspired you today, drop a like on the video. Subscribe for more honest, proper stories from the UK. And let me know in the comments below, do you reckon Haaland will go down as the greatest Premier League striker in history? Take care of your engines, mates. Keep the shiny side up. Over and out.